Hi and welcome to the home of Invoq. Today we're gonna make a Danish classic. It's a Danish rye bread, also called rugbrød. The ingredients we need is the rye flour, it's pumpkin seeds and rye kernels, and both has to be soaked overnight, water, just for the coloration of the bread, the malt syrup and fresh yeast. And we have to combine that with the pre-ferment that I made yesterday, and it's made from sourdough, the flour and water. You can see it starts to make some small air bubbles, and that's a good indicator that the pre-ferment is alive and it's working. So now we are ready to mix everything up. And now for the last part before the raising. As you can see, it's very wet. It's not like an ordinary dough. It's more like a batter, but that's what we are looking for. It's a long process, but you can speed it up and only use yeast, but you will not get the same rich taste that you will achieve with the sourdough. The last step is to even it up a little so you get a nice surface, and you can decorate it with grains or whatever you fancy on top. Now we just have to let it proof. It can take from 3 to 12 hours. It depends on your sourdough. Now it's a little difficult to see, but when it's ready, when it's fully proofed, they will starting to get small holes in the dough, and that's an indicator that it's ready to be baked.
So we are ready to bake our Danish rye bread, and the oven has preheated. So they've been fermenting overnight. We need to bake our rye bread for quite some time actually. I've chosen 1 hour at 190 degrees in convection mode, 80% fan speed, and my air intake closed. So I might need a little bit more than the 1 hour mark. I'll do a check on my bread. Sometimes we will also use a thermometer probe to check the temperature. If you're using a core probe to check on your bread, it needs to be 98 degrees Celsius before it's finished. Remember, this is not the sort of bread that you would eat fresh out of the oven. It has to rest for a few hours at least, has to cool completely, and it has to let off all the steam that's left from the hot bake. Traditionally, actually, cook it the day before and eat it the day after. So the rye bread is finished. It's been baking for an hour. We actually ended up adding 5 more minutes just to get the finished color we wanted. We'll press exit on the oven. And of course, just using that double step safety feature on the door to let out the first amount of heat. And here we have 2 beautiful loaves of bread. Nice dark color. And we're actually gonna let it sit and rest in the molds. That will be fine, at least for a couple of hours before turning them out. There's not a lot of gluten and wheat in this sort of bread. A lot of the dough is actually nuts and kernels and seeds. So it's very important to be gentle with it until it's completely cooled off, because when it cools off, it will gain some more structure.